and welcome to Crystal Hall number 3 here in Baku, Azerbaijan.
For us that Farida produces a miracle and gets himself into the finals.
Yes, the 21-year-old from Portugal is through to the semi-final, and now we flick to the women's minus 67 kilo category. Drawing the men's has been truly opened up now. And of course it's the middleweights today for the men and women. We're getting heavier each day, and here we go with Nur Tatar of Turkey, world ranked number 5, and she is up against the local Azeri fighter Farida Azizova of Azerbaijan.
Yeah, but Azizova is, you know, a very well-respected fighter, a good fighter, but going up against Nur Tatar because, well, she's very physically intimidating, has a great presence, not so much about moving, not really interested in that. She likes to stay in place, draw the fighter in, and then let her legs go. So she has the quality to cause some problems here. Of course, the local favourite will be well supported, but that's not going to be enough against this lady here.
Nur Tatar, 22 years old, from Turkey, silver medal at the World Championships. She's taken gold at the Europeans 2012. She was silver medal at the Olympic Games in 2012. She's one that's got quite a lot of honours to her name, and that's why she's the world number 5. And Farida Azizova, world number 8, 20 years old. She's not done anything of note in a major yet, so this is a big moment for her, and the crowd are getting behind.
No, she's a serial quarter-finalist. She's always in the mix, Azizova, and presents a lot of problems to the fighters. And I think the referee, as she spotted an infringement there, I think maybe the clock had stopped. Maybe, yeah, I think maybe the sensor on the... Well, this will give us a chance to have a look at it.
Yeah.
The sensor on the body protectors just did a little malfunction. And as you can see, they're just putting new batteries in.
Just making sure it's switched on. But
that's it.
It is amazing. You know, this is the first time. I remember in the early days, this used to be commonplace.
Sure.
It used to actually get a little bit boring, but now they've really worked on the systems. All the vests have these little pockets in the back, and a technician usually comes on, and it pretty much works now, which is great to see.
No, it's 99.9% perfect, and it's that 0.1% that makes it a little bit interesting, the odd bit of intrigue. But yeah, the only intrigue at the moment is the fact that Tatar again goes into that open stance. She's quite happy to negate the strength of the Azeri. The front leg, that's the leg closest, that the one that's just fired out there, a good weapon for the Azeri. So if you put your leg in front, you get a chance to close that down, and it's worked so far for Tatar.
Yes, both swinging away at the moment, just haven't managed to score. It was interesting what you said in the Cook match about the punch doesn't have to just connect, it has to be a strong punch. It has to be a scoring punch.
It has to pop off the body armour, it has to get the attention of the judges, and it has to really displace the opponent. It's an art of kicking and punching. There's power required behind it. And the thing about it is that it's very hard to punch a static target. If the two fighters come towards each other as they do when they kick, there's an equal sharing of power, there's a momentum that catches it. But if you're just trying to punch a static target, it's very hard to get the power behind it.
Yeah. So far these two just blocking each other off. Maria Martin from Ireland, our referee, gives the first Kyungo of the match to Tatar.
And I mentioned at the start with Tatar, she's very happy to stand at a close distance. If we look, each mat is 1 metre, the mats that they're fighting on. They're 1 metre in length. Oh. And that little shot there from Tatar, the good spin kick again. And it's a good body shot from Azizova on the inside. But it's the distance that they're operating at that's crucial.
Yeah.
And it's suiting Azizova a little bit more.
Yeah, the crowd have certainly woken up a little bit here. And Tatar, this referee is not liking the holding at all. That's another Kyungo for what seemed to be a minor hold in there, to be honest. But that's a good start for the Azeri fighter, Azizova. She's, you know, there's no doubt there's a big difference in class. I know I said earlier it's the world number 5 against the world number 8, but there's a bit of a cliff after the world number 5 between those top athletes who are away from the rest of the field and then the rest. And for Azizova here, she's 20 years old. This is a big chance for her on her home soil to really sort of step into the elite.
Absolutely, and what bigger occasion could you ask for? And she's handling it, and that was a little kick on the inside. The inside, of course, closer you are to your opponent, obviously the converse of that on the outside, and the outside is where Noor Tatar prefers to be. She likes people to come towards her, but her concentration's not been great at the moment. She'll turn this one around for sure and present lots of problems for Noor Tatar.
Yeah. So, second round to come. Azerbaijan lead by 2-1.
And they're into that open stance. Tatar loves to counter, loves to wait, but of course she's points down here. She has to go. And Azizova using that front hand just to ward away her opponent, just to block. There you see.
Yeah. Well, these two fought in the final of the Moldova Open just about a month ago, and Azizova won by 1-0. So.
And that 1-0 was sudden death, so it got to a sudden death match. So it shows you the closeness, but it is sneaking slightly ahead. Azizova, right leg turning kick to the body, and she changes stance because she knows that the front leg is the weapon of the Turk.
Yeah. But they also fought in the final of the Ukraine Open, and Tatar won that 5-3. So they've faced each other in two major finals already, and here we are in a quarter-final. And it's one apiece so far.
But the conditioning of the Azeri team so far has been excellent. All of them sticking in there to the last second. And for Farida Azizova to produce her best. And that's what she's going to need against Noor Tatar.
Yeah.
She looks in top shape.
Yeah, there's no doubt these two certainly know each other. They've faced two major finals against each other. The crowd here have come to support their local fighter. We have an Azeri fighter in every category, of course, as home nation. In some of the sports, they've not competed so well, but in the Taekwondo, they have been competitive.
Yep, absolutely. Combat sports, they've been very competitive, and Noor Tatar still being competitive, almost scoring there. And in this stance, the Azeri fighter in red is always watching the front foot, trying to protect her head. When they change stance, it's the back leg that she has to worry about. So a tactical battle here, and it's been won so far by Azizova in red.
Yeah. Azizova is going to be very happy just to let this clock die down. She's going to just take that little bit of extra time, and Tatar decides she's had enough for this round. She's going to have a sit down, and it will all be done in the third and final round.
Noor Tatar just has to change her tactics up a little bit here. She's not putting enough pressure on Azizova. Azizova loves to be in close, loves to be in the inside distance, but more pressure needed from Noor Tatar. Has to use the front leg more to jab, to confuse. At the moment she's just holding it up and waiting for Azizova.
Yeah.
And that's okay if you're winning, but obviously points down here. Still plenty of time though.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to do yet. This could be a real breakthrough moment for Azizova. Lovely to see the kids. You know, I absolutely loved it watching last night. All the kids, you know, they couldn't sit in the chairs. You had to, you know, I'm sure you were like this when you saw it for the first. You know, they're up in the stands. They're kicking every kick.
Yeah.
And of course, we had an Azeri gold last night as well. Here we go, third and final round. Noor Tatar, the world number 5 from Turkey in blue. Farida Azizova from Azerbaijan in red, the world number 8. Azizova has a lead, and noticeably she just slowed down a little bit here. She's happy to let the clock go down. She doesn't need to push, does she?
She has to keep things calm, because if Noor Tatar gets going, which she will, then she loves to go with the head kicks. So the bigger athletes, they save up their energy and then try and go for the multiple point scoring shots just like that, and a whisker away. But that only happens in a flurry for a bigger fighter. Noor Tatar now has to reset, recover and recharge before she can go again.
Yeah. Well, she missed the head by a fraction, but there was no defence at all from Azizova there. If she'd have hit the head, there was no arm in the way or anything like that. So the head was open and it was there to be hit.
But that is the margin. It's just the fighter's radar. And if they get it right, they avoid it. And if not, well, it would be an even match. The spin again, just missing by millimetres from the Turk in blue. There is a Kyungo against Azizova.
Yep.
Can Tatar put that pressure on? She's been a little bit passive and she's going for it now. There is a head kick. Now does it connect to the face? Are we going to see a video replay?
I think we'll see a video replay. The mask came up, the helmet came up, the strap was across her nose, which usually indicates that there was a successful head kick. And well, the card has been played. I think one of the judges was putting his hand up, but
let's have a look here. This is not this one here. Just watch the back leg here, right into the chest and the chin.
Yep.
Is there a touch to the face? Well, it looks like the little bit of toe in the nose. Let's have a look.
This is very close. I'm not sure. I don't think there was a touch. It looked like the top of the chest, and actually, and the crowd here applauding because they think that it's a miss.
Well, the way that Azizova fell would be indicative of a blow to the chest because of the distance that she fell. It wasn't a full push in the face, but was there touch contact, and that is all that they need.
Yeah.
And what an important point this could be for Nur Tatar from Turkey.
Well, yesterday we saw one that we decided was a nose wipe that actually was accepted. So it does mean just the slightest of touches, which is interesting because when it gets to the electronic head guard, you actually have to hit them quite hard for it to score. But on the face, it's just the touch that matters. Well, they're all looking at the big screen keenly here. I think
there is a flick to the face at the end of it because the chin strap of the head guard moves up. But again, we're into final details. We don't make the decision. But the most important thing for both fighters, when you're standing looking, you've got to be thinking, what am I doing next, based on both scenarios. Tatar thinks she's got it, and that 3-point shot, of course, would put her 5-3 in the lead.
Well, also the fact that a Kyungo was given there for some reason, I'm not sure why, but now Turkey have gone to 2 points.
It's because she fell over onto the mat. Azizova was knocked onto the mat.
John. Yes, thank you for that. It could be, you know, the head guard could have just came loose because of her landing on the ground.
Could be.
And so that's, you know, they're having a real close look at this. This is tight. They can't make their mind up yet. They're looking. They need to see concrete proof. That's the thing. They must see contact. They can't just look at an angle and make the assumption that there was a foot on the face. They have to see contact. And if they don't see it, the way I believe it is they're not allowed to give it if they don't actually see the contact.
Absolutely, and as it should be. So 10 times for Turkey, even more 10 times for the fans from Azerbaijan here.
Well, Mohamed Argubi from the Netherlands is our video review jury referee, and he just sort of gave a bit of a sigh. I think this is one of those 50-50s, and he's not sure.
Well, if it's accepted, it's huge for Tatar. If it's rejected, it is indeed rejected. So Azizova stays in the lead.
Yeah. Well, I think that was the right decision myself.
Yep.
I've seen the TV replays, but it was obviously really close. Here we go, 45 seconds. This match is still in the balance.
Tatar again with the head kick, almost scoring over the shoulder. Azizova fixes the chin strap. She did take some contact there, but doesn't score.
What a finish this is. Tatar gets a Kyungo. That won't matter to her at all. She's looking for 3 points here. She's looking to put some clear distance between
Good
her
back
and
kick though from Azizova on the way through.
The crowd going crazy, and another Kyungo, and suddenly it's a 3-point game with only 25 seconds to go.
Attempted back kick from Nur Tatar. She's not out of this one yet. Almost pushing the head kick to the face there. The video replay card is gone.
Yep.
So the chance is also disappearing for Tatar.
That's incredible. That could have easily been a face kick. She's rearranging the helmet. It looks like it may have been, but the card is gone, and there's only 6 seconds. Azizova has just got to defend. The crowd are counting down.
Good refereeing, gives the Kyungo for running away. Not important though.
She'll run away again as well, and she's going to keep running away. Oh, what a finish! With 1 second to go. What a strong kick, and she's smiling. She knows she's won this one. The referee's saying, no, put your helmet on, there's 1 second to go, but this is finished.
Yep.
What a victory, John. What a victory.
Wonderful victory, and ably conceded there with 1 second to go from Nur Tatar. Tremendous performance from Farida Azizova. What a time to produce your first win there against a big rival. Wonderful effort. And not only that, Adrian, it was the physical conditioning she was in. She's not even breathing.
Yeah.
Nur Tatar is absolutely exhausted, but pure elation for Azizova. And what price? A gold for her later on. She's on form for sure.
What about the 20-year-old from Azerbaijan, beats the silver medalist from the Olympic Games in London, and one of the athletes who was really expected to cause some damage here today. Nur Tatar goes out, and it's Farida Azizova of Azerbaijan who wins by 6-2.